There you go. How about that view for the morning? Super low tide here in the Bay Area, -6 inches. I did want to point out the beach I'm at. I'm at Madeira Beach. So Madeira Beach has these breakers, right? So the waves will, the wind comes in from a direction, so the waves will come in from a direction, and it'll pull the sand back out from a different direction each day, each night. So today's hunt is on this side of the breakers right here, because it's super low on this side of the breakers. So, you know, try to skip from breaker to breaker, breaker to breaker to breaker, skip onto the other side that's super low, and then, you know, as the tide comes in, work your way back up. Ideally it would have been best to be here at like 4 a.m. and then follow the tide out. I got here just about 20 minutes before the low tide, and it's pretty close to low tide now. So what I'll do is I'll hunt these 3 main beach breakers, and then I'll just start to grid off this beach because it's super flat today. And if you guys know the Bay Area beaches, it doesn't get flat that often. Hey guys, always remember to press record. I think I just spoke for like 3 minutes straight without pressing record. We're running a sensitivity of 20. I am also running volume up. I'm running a threshold at 7. You didn't see that as it slipped by. And then 5-tone target so that I can hear kind of more what it is. And then I run in all metal. Bam, that's our morning settings. Let's get it. You see these low wet marks here? This is where everything sits. It comes and washes off the beach. It sits just above that low wet mark and all that. So you should do, you know, a long swing across the wet. If you're, the low tide is now, so it's on its way back in. So maybe you should start here right at the water's edge if you didn't want to get wet, and then do a loop, come back up, maybe grid lengthwise along this. If you're here in the Bay Area, this is Madeira Beach, and these are the breakers at Archibald. $12.13 right there. It even gave me a little negative chop, so she's not all green and it looks black, so that's probably an older nickel. We'll let you know the update later. I just wanted give you a little update for the equinox. I'm running beach 2. I usually run beach 1, but with the limited time that we have, because the tide's on its way back in, I've been running. It looks like there's like a long shelf, and then it loops down into the breakers. So the breakers are coming back in and taking out some sand, and I'm just in the breakers. So it's just more prudent to run a beach 2. Beach 1 is pretty choppy. There is a lot of iron in our sand. You can see it. I don't know if I can show it to you. There's a level, like right here, you can see this multi-peeled off level. Oh, there's one right there. So you can see right there, see that? It's like exposing multiple layers of this black sand. I'm assuming that most of the targets from the beach are trapped above this black layer. I've just been running down here because it's a time basis thing, right? So I'll be able to run all that in a minute. So what I'm doing is I'm running the tide line in the water, and then I'll come back. Hey guys, I'm back. So I made it down another bin and a half. I got the pull tab. The line straightens out with the wave as this beach gets long and straight. So I'll probably run down one more straight wet line, and maybe I'll find something, but I'm gonna race back up to where it's super low. So I'll be back. Okay, so I had to show you this. I'm gonna guess a bottle cap. It's so loud. It's giving me negatives, 10, strong 10. It's gotta be a bottle cap. But it's like big, it almost seems like a chain or something. I don't know. We'll dig it. We'll dig it while recording. See what we got. Sometimes I'm nervous about digging into it, like what I thought was a chain or something. Oh, yep. I knew it was big. So these chirp like the positive. It's all negative except for occasionally they'll have these bands, the together bands on them. But yeah, let's. I'm so glad I got a new pouch, guys, because this stuff wouldn't fit in my old pouch. And this one was only 30 bucks, so I'm so glad to have it. But yeah, in the pouch. And always check your holes, guys, because sometimes the positive that you were seeing is something else.
Hi, my name is Gloria.
Gloria and
Natalie.
And you guys are from Kansas, you said. What are you doing down here? Just vacationing?
Yeah.
Sweet. And I just showed them the Star of David. I found this morning. They were asking me if we find anything on the beach, and yeah, I don't want to say that we find something valuable every day, but I put a lot of work and I get to meet these kind of fantastic people. So it was great meeting you guys. And you're going to be in town for long?
We're going to leave Saturday.
Saturday?
Yes.
Nice. Did you enjoy your stay?
Oh, yes.
Hey guys, I had a deep 15, 16. It sounded like a long cross chatter. I don't know, it was weird. And it had the slightest bit of like a negative in it. But look at what we got there. Bling, bling, bling. So, I'm guessing we got a blinger. Yeah, it's kind of corroded on the end, but very cool. It's super heavy. I mean, super heavy. Cool. Cool. Bling in a scoop. Bling, bling, bling. All right, well, let me give you a little recap real quick. The tide came in quicker than I thought, so I got off the bottom line and I started doing up and downs. I came all the way further down to where I wanted to go. I don't know. Sometimes if you don't feel like you're in the right spot, move. So I started gridding this beach up and down. And you'll start being able to read the beach when you're here a lot like I am, or at the beach a lot like I am. Look at this. You see how it's kind of humped here? And I gave you an explanation about like a southerly wave the other day, right? Like you can see the waves coming in from the south. Well, that pushes stuff one way or the other. Well, look, there's like a little bit of a trough right here. So anything that comes off the beach, you can't get to anything there. It's all covered, and anything pushes to like right here. I had bottle cap, light, and then I came up here to find the earring. So I'm assuming something right here. I'll grid along this little low spot and we should be able to find something. The pile of shells shows that the wave action piled in right there. So you'll start to learn this beach, you know, the more you spend time outside. Hey guys, that's Margaret. She's from Vermont. Jeffrey, he's from the Bronx. Just met that couple after I found that earring. And I told you guys I'm unclear on my path, what I'm supposed to be doing in life, being successful at a couple things. This is really what I want to do. And it's not metal detecting. I want to share the world with people, you know, share how to be good at stuff. I'm really good at beach hunting, you know, with the Equinox. Hey guys, I want to point something out. On my beach mode, I run a threshold at 9. I can hear a slight hum. So the threshold on this machine is fantastic. It'll skip and pause when you come near a target. So what just happened is I'm running this grid line and I'm running the sensitivity at 20 on beach 1. So I'm running a grid. You can see that I'm not running a tight grid, right? And I'm on my way up, and you can see my way. I'm on my way up, and look how far away this target is. So here are my feet. Look way over here. I can't even see my fingers. I just put my shovel between us, but see my fingers? This is how far away the target was. And the reason I was able to pick that up is because I heard the threshold change. I heard the threshold change from, with the sensitivity up. If your coil, say at the end of your swing, your coil's 6 inches above, the threshold change made me take a dance step to the left, and then I caught, a slight signal of a 9. Here, let me move my shovel, see if I can show you that in real life time, kind of. So this is how far away. You can see that little dip, right? My swing comes out to there. And as you're at the end of your swing, by default, your swing's going to be a little higher than usually in the center, unless you're some sort of weirdo pro that can keep it. I'm going to call you a weirdo pro if you keep it low and slow all the way like this. And that's what you do when you're obviously trying to grid something off so that there's no targets left. But on my way up through this, I caught the end of the threshold change right here, which made me stop and do a dance. And I came back to find this target. Let's see if I can find it. So here, let me turn that off. Sound. Oh, that's sensitivity. The volume's all the way up anyway, so you guys probably aren't going to be able to hear that without the wave going on. Here, check it out. So it's a clean, no negative, but it's a choppy 7 to 13. These are good targets to dig on the beach, guys. So I find stuff with stones. Anything with a stone has, intermittent choppy. It won't read. Like if it's a gold band with a stone, it's not going to be a 14, 15, 16 or whatever the gold's running at. It's going to be a choppy something. If it's got a stone in it, it's going to give you like a multi-signal. So again, so now my range with the threshold on is going to be 12 feet instead of 10, right? So I was able to catch this and come over. I might have caught it on the way back down on the loop, or I might have done something where I did a wider loop. You can also see that I was up on that shelf and then I did a loopity-loop thing and came back down through this low area. So I'll dig this for you guys. It says it's 4 scoops deep. On pinpoint loud, and if it says it's 4 deep on a 16, guys, and look, it's right in this channel of washout, no negative, so I'm guessing it's something decent. What could be in the 16 range? Can anybody guess that wouldn't be decent other than a bottle cap that's hiding its iron? So that was 1 scoop. Vermont Derek scoops are usually deep. So now it's a solid 11 out of the hole. Now I'm thinking pull tab. There you go. A piece of a pull tab, a piece of a beer can lip pull tab. But that right there was an example of a threshold change. And that could have just as easily been a ring. That is Steve, Debbie, and Linda. They're from Minnesota. So if you guys are YouTubers and you're out at the beach meeting people, because I don't come just to metal detect, I actually come to meet the people, enjoy myself out here in the great outdoors. And they just asked me where they could find some shells. Well, man, I just did a video on probably the best shell beach in Pinellas County. So I referred them to my YouTube channel. So they'll go, because I just gave them some massive information about shells. They're probably going to go on and subscribe. So if you're a YouTuber, guys, organically just being outside, you should be able to get between, 3 and 10 subscribers per day. So obviously that's a couple thousand a year. If you know how to advertise a little bit, you can bump that up. You should be able to get 20,000 subscribers a year. And if you're not getting 20,000 subs a year, guys, you're probably not putting down content that is kid friendly or is just worth watching. You know, I'm not saying that you just don't know what you're doing. I'm sorry, because I have seen a lot of people with no subs that really have some good content. And that's another thing. I found some YouTubers that are just starting out like me. Like I've got 60 subs, and I'm gonna be laying down some good content. I don't have all the equipment necessary for laying down really good videos yet. I don't have guys following me around yet. Soon, we're getting there. Keep watching Vermont Derek and you'll find out. So here's pretty much the wrap up. I'm so glad that I got the fines back. You know, 30 bucks is like the best thing ever. My fines were clean. Normally I have to bring them home and put them in a sieve and wash them all out before. They were completely clean. I was so stoked about that. Yeah, it's just a pile of junk. For the most part, it was a super low tide. Tomorrow the low tide will be as low, a little later, so I'll be able to get in the water early.